Well, hello there. I'm back in my mobile office, ready for a coaching call. A few minutes to go, so I thought I'd do this vid now, and then I can just get about my day after that. So yeah, it's pretty cold out there today, which hasn't been helping with my recovery, or maybe it has been helping. I don't know, but it's freezing. I don't know if you can see. I'm in Waitrose car park at the moment. A few flecks of snow just flushing around out there, yeah, perhaps the cold is making me feel a little more achy. I'm pretty sore after yesterday's jiu-jitsu match, and I'm just gonna have a little bit of an easy day today. So I've been doing the writing. One thing I did do actually was write up about my experiences on the blog, and what's become a really big part of my process. Anytime I do something like that, whether it's been one of the ultra marathons, the Ironman, my first jiu-jitsu competition, or anything, even small things, small steps along the way, by writing about them, by blogging about them, which is something I've done for over a decade now, it really helps with the speaking. It helps with getting the ideas into some semblance of order. Anytime I just sit down and try to write some words to speak, it's a lot harder. Whereas if I've taken a bit of time and thought, okay, now where am I going to make the sense of this? How can I put this into an order? It's a heck of a lot easier. So today I wrote out I wrote out 5 of the what I call the inner game strategies, things, if you will, that I used yesterday. Because I was pretty happy with my performance, not just the physical performance, which I would have been just as happy, I think, with a loss. If I'd lost, it would have been, I was perhaps I was expecting to lose actually, but it was more about the inner game that was the thing that I kind of mostly took away, and that in itself is a part of my story. It's a part of what I do, and it's a part of how I take things apart, how I approach things. It's part of what I share with people when I get out there and I talk, try to quote unquote motivate people. Often we get so caught up in the outcome that we forget about the process and what we can learn along the way. And for me, there's some huge things that I took away from that experience, and I kind of went into with that as my intention. And so by writing about it, by getting it all out there and structuring it, it took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to really get my thoughts out there into a blog post, put it out as a kind of a stripped down version of that in an email as well, directed into the website. It's really helped. Could I tell you what the 5 things were right now off the top of my head? I could probably think of a few. There was breathe. Make sure you're breathing deeply. When you get stressed, you hold your breath, you breathe very shallowly, and by taking some deep breaths, it can really help with reactivating the calm recovery arm of the nervous system. So that was the first thing. I talked about setting your intentions, how you want to show up in times of stress. Now I knew I wanted to go onto that mat feeling calm, confident, and relaxed. And even though I was feeling the pressure and the nerves beforehand, when I decided to change state, and I literally said the words "change state" to myself, as I walked towards the mat, that immediately brought me into the place where I needed to be. Talk about the process of warming up, a routine. I think I called it a routine. So for me, it was a process of warming up. I'm not going to go through all these. I think there's a couple more, but I'll make this the last one. Go and read the blog if you want. A routine, which is something that I just do for physical preparation, go and get myself warmed up, ready to go for anything that I'm doing. But actually, it's more than the physical prep, it's the mind prep as well. And I used to do it when I was doing the warm-up for the Reading Half Marathon. I never really looked at that as something that would prepare people's bodies physically for running a half marathon, prancing about in front of me on a stage. But actually, it's a great way of setting your mind at rest and getting your mind into the right space and crowding out, if you will, those negative thoughts, those voices of worry and doubt and insecurities and anxiety. By focusing on some structure, something routine, like a warm-up sequence, it can really help with taking your mind from the external future as to what might happen or what might not happen, and into something you are certain about, in this case, my body and movement, muscles, strength, flexibility, range of movement, all those things that I'm very familiar, very certain about. So it takes my mind from something uncertain to something very certain. So they were 3 of the 5. go and check out the website if you want to know what they're doing. No, just kidding, but not really. And by having done that now, hopefully you even kind of saw a little bit of it there. It's easier for me, not easy because I've only been through it once, but easier for me to flick back into storytelling mode, and I just go back, well, I've thought these thoughts already, I've carved the pathway in my mind, so I know what and how to tell those particular stories around those things, and something I can now teach instead of just having these things floating around inside of my own head. So another part of the process, another step in the right direction for me, and got some stuff on tomorrow, speaking engagements. Hopefully have a conversation with Diana about a couple of potential things that are coming up, and see what we can turn those into. I'm going to turn the engine on, warm up a little bit more before my coaching call comes in about 5 minutes time. Until tomorrow, catch you later. Bye for now.